ever been in a situation in which you feel bad for what's happening? How do you decide if the consequences are going to be good or bad? Well, today's story will give all your answers. So, without any further ado, let's get into the story. Once upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer who lost a horse. All the neighbors came around that evening and said, "That's too bad." And the farmer said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back and brought 7 wild horses with it. All the neighbors came around and said, "Wow, that's great, isn't it?" And he said, "Maybe." The next day, his son, who was attempting to tame one of these horses and was riding it, was thrown and broke his leg. All the neighbors came around in the evening and said, "Well, that's too bad, isn't it?" And he said, "Maybe." The next day, the conscription officers came around looking for people for the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. All the neighbors came around that evening and said, "Isn't that wonderful?" And he said, "Maybe." This reflects a fundamentally theistic attitude, which is that the whole process of nature is an integrated process of immense complexity. It is really impossible to tell whether anything that happens in it is good or bad, because you never know what will be the consequences of a misfortune, or you never know what will be the consequences of good fortune. You never know the chain, the pattern, the connections between these events. The more you hear, the more you grow. Keep listening, keep growing. We will meet you with another amazing story. Till then, peace out.